guys, it's Amesy here, and today I'm going to be showing you the best and quickest ways to earn honey and pollen on Bee Swarm Simulator. Now these are some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of playing Bee Swarm Simulator, so I hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to stick around till the end of the video because I'll be showing you a brand new OP code for Bee Swarm Simulator and you won't want to miss out. So the first tip that I have for you is use your field boosts. So if you've only just started out, you might not be able to get all of the field boosts yet, but there's 3 locations where there are field boosts. So the first location is this area here, past the blue flower field and into the blue HQ. And if you head upstairs, there is a blue field boost. So here it is, and I've already used mine. However, it gives you a chance to boost on one of the blue flower fields. So it might give you a chance of boosting the blue flower field for you. And what this does is gives you 2 times pollen. So if you're trying to grind honey and pollen, then it is worth going to the field that you have boosted. The other locations are just over the opposite side there for the red HQ, and that can boost fields such as the rose field or the mushroom field or the strawberry field. And the last location of the field boosts is up in the mountain top, and it's just beside the shop here. And if I use that now, that's boosted my spider field, but it can also do things like the dandelion field and stuff like that. This also helps you get your badges, so if you work in the field that you have the boost on, so I'm working in the spider field, and you head over to this badges section here in the top left, then it not only helps you with collecting honey, but it also helps you with your field badges as well. So here we go, mine is the spider badge here. I'm on Hot Shot. As you have a 2 times boost on the field, it helps you get your badges quicker, which then in turn helps you collect more tickets. So the next tip that I have for you, and this is quite a crucial one if you're wanting to get as much honey as you possibly can, this is heading to System in the top left and just scrolling down a little bit and looking where you have your pollen here. Have a look at your white pollen, red pollen and blue pollen percentages on the right hand side. Now what this does is it multiplies the pollen from that field, so my best percentage is the white pollen. Luckily I've got a boost on the spider field, which is a white pollen field, and it means that you collect more pollen per flower. So I collect 191%, so that's quite a big difference compared to red and blue for me. But yours might not be like that. You might have it where they're all quite equal, which is good in some cases, but it means that potentially you'd be collecting slightly less pollen than I am on the white pollen field. The next tip that I have for you is using your gumdrops. Now, you might not have many gumdrops, however, if you have 15 bees and you've collected 15 badges, I think it is, to get into this shop here, you can head over to the blender that's at the back and click E, or just click that. What you can do is you can craft gumdrops. So if you have some blueberries, strawberries and pineapples spare, then you can make gumdrops, as many as you want, and that way you're not spending any royal jelly or anything. You can collect those from the fields, and what gumdrops do is you use one on the field and it boosts how much pollen you collect. So if I place one down, it means that I will harvest 2 times pollen on those gumdrop areas. So I'll give you an example now. I'll use one gumdrop on this field, like that, and use your rake and run along those gumdrop areas, and you get 2 times the honey and pollen collection. So as you can see, I'm collecting over 4,000 pollen a second, when normally I tend to do about 2,000 and something. As you can see, it's going up still. So yeah, those are really good if you don't need to use your gumdrops for anything. Sometimes you get little quests to use your gumdrops, so you get 2 times pollen boost then as well. But my next tip is if you have a gummy bee, then don't use the gummy drops because you can save them up that way because the gummy bee does it for you. So tip number 5 is to level up your bees as much as possible and try and expand your hive. This improves the amount of pollen and honey that you collect. So if you level up your bees, then they collect more pollen per second, and it boosts the conversion rate as well. So you get more honey per the amount of pollen you collect. So my next tip is to save up for better like bags, tools, boots and helmets and things like that, instead of buying things such as like treats and tickets with your honey. Sometimes spending honey on royal jellies is worth it, but only if it's going to make like a substantial difference to your hive. So it's probably not worth spending your honey if you don't have a lot to spare on royal jellies, because you're probably not going to make a big difference to your hive, and that means you've just set yourself backwards a little bit. So it's worth saving up for better gear to collect more pollen. The next tip that I have for you is always use codes that you come across, as they give you extra field boosts and like extra loot such as like treats and pineapples and stuff like that. This takes me to the next part where I'm going to show you this brand new OP Bee Swarm Simulator code. So if you head over to System in the top left and enter the code Fuzzy Farewell, and it needs a capital F on both of those. As you can see here in the bottom, it's given me 3 microconverters, pineapples, field boosts and huge amount of extra bag capacity. As you saw in the clip about 5 seconds ago, I could hold 700 and something thousand pollen in my bag. I now can hold double that, and that lasts for 2 whole days. So you get extra capacity, extra conversion rate at the hive as well, and it lasts for 2 days. So that's a really OP code and really worth it if you're wanting to grind out for collecting honey. Another tip is save up for some of the event bees. So if you have enough tickets, they're normally 250 or 500 tickets, so as you can see I have enough. If you open the shop and head over to the photon bee that looks like this, it does cost 500 tickets. However, this bee is really good because it shoots lasers out at the ground to collect like extra pollen, and it does this for a few seconds. But if you head over to this bee section here and scroll down to photon bee, here it is. As you can see, the greener these boxes are, the better it means it is. So this bright green colour here is the best that it can be pretty much. So the Photons Bee energy is infinite, so it doesn't need to sleep. Unless you've died, then obviously it'll sleep and recover. But other than that, if you don't, this bee doesn't need any sleep, so it's always with you and always attacking. It's got 21 speed, so it's really fast. Its attack is 3, so it's not the best attack, but as an all-round bee, this is one of the best bees. It also collects you 20 pollen in 2 seconds and makes 240 honey in 2 seconds. And if it's gifted, then you get an extra 5% instant conversion and an enhanced beamstorm. And the beamstorm is the like little lasers that it fires down at the ground. So I'm going to buy one of those. And as you can see, if you scroll down, you have to have a hive slot spare for this, which I currently don't, but I'm saving up for the next one. Or if you have a bee that you don't want anymore, then you can always drag it onto there. But you buy the bee egg and then you can hatch it on your hive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my Roblox group in the description down below, and check out some of the t-shirts and things that I've made on the store. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!